Let us have our Bible study now. Today is May 1, 2026, Friday. And then, amazing. Day 365, 7:55 a.m. 26:05:01. Blessed Friday. Saint Joseph. Ora pro nobis. Amen. Numbers chapter 21. Chapter 21. Victory over the Canaanites. The snake made of bronze. From Mount Hor to the valley of the Moabites. Victory over King Sihon and King Og. Victory over the Canaanites. When the Canaanite king of Arad in the southern part of Canaan heard that the Israelites were coming by way of Atharim, he attacked them and captured some of them. Then the Israelites made a vow to the Lord, "If you will let us conquer these people, we will unconditionally dedicate them and their cities to you and will destroy them." The Lord heard them and helped them to conquer Canaanites. So the Israelites completely destroyed them and their cities and named the place Hormah, the snake made of bronze. The Israelites left Mount Hor by the road that leads to the Gulf of Aqaba in order to go around the territory of Edom, but on the way the people lost their patience and spoke against God and Moses. They complained, "Why did you bring us out of Egypt to die in this desert where there is no food or water? We can't stand any more of this miserable food." Then the Lord sent poisonous snakes among the people, and many Israelites were beaten and died. The people came to Moses and said, "We sinned and we spoke against the Lord and against you. Now pray to the Lord to take these snakes away." So Moses prayed for the people. Then the Lord told Moses to make a metal snake and put it on a pole so that anyone who was bitten could look at it and be healed. So Moses made a bronze snake and put it on a pole. Anyone who had bitten would look at the bronze snake and be healed. Medicine snake. From Mount Hor to the valley of the Moabites, the Israelites moved on and camped on Oboth. After leaving that place, they camped at the ruins of Abarim in the wilderness, east of Moabite territory. Then they camped in the valley of Zered. From there, they moved again and camped on the north side of the river Arnon, in the wilderness which extends into Amorite territory. The Arnon was the border between the Moabites and the Amorites. That is why the book of the Lord's battle speaks of the town of Waheb in the area of Supa and the valleys, the river Arnon, and the slope of the valleys that extend to the town of Ar and towards the border of Moab. From there they went on to a place called Wells, where the Lord said to Moses, "Bring the people together and I will give them water." At that time, the people of Israel sang this song, "Wells, produce your water, and we will greet it with a song. The well dug by the princes and by the leaders of the people dug with a royal scepter, and with their sticks they moved from the wilderness to Matana, and from there they went on to Nathaliel, and from Nathaliel to Barmo, and from Barmo to the valley of the in the territory of the Moabites, below the top of the Mount Pisgah, looking out over the desert. Victory over King Sihon and King Og. Then the people of Israel sent messengers to the Amorite King Sihon to say, "Let us pass through your land. We and our cattle will not leave the road and go into your fields and vineyards, and we will not drink water from your wells. We will stay on the main road until we are out of your territory." But Sihon would not permit the people of Israel to pass through his territory. He gathered his army and went out to Gahaz in the wilderness and attacked the Israelites. But the Israelites killed many of the enemy in battle and occupied their land from the river Arnon north to the Habok, that is, to the Ammonites, because the Ammonite border was strongly defended. So the people of Israel captured all the Amorite cities, including Heshbon and all the surrounding towns, and settled in them. Heshbon was the capital city of Amorite King Sihon, who had fought against the former of King Moab and had captured all his land as far as the river Arnon. That is why the poets sing, "Come to Heshbon, to King Sihon's city. We want to see it rebuilt and restored." Once from the city of Heshbon, Sihon's army went forth like a fire. It destroyed the city of Ar and Moab and devoured the hills of the upper Arnon. How terrible for you, people of Moab! You worshippers of Chemosh are brought to ruin. Your God let the men become refugees, and the women became captives of the Amorite king. But now their descendants are destroyed, all the way from Heshbon to Dibon, from Nashim to Nopah, near Medeba. So the people of Israel settled in the territory of the Amorites, and Moses sent men to find the best way to attack the city of Jazer. The Israelites captured it and its surrounding towns and drove out the Amorites living there. Then the Israelites turned and took the road to Bashan, and King Og of Bashan marched out with his army to attack them at Edrei. The Lord said to Moses, "Do not be afraid of him. I will give you victory over him, all his people and his land. Do to him what you did to Sihon, an Amorite king who ruled at Heshbon." So the Israelites killed Og and his sons and all his people, leaving no survivors, and then they occupied his land. Wow. The Lord said to Moses, "Do not be afraid of him. I will give you victory over him." All his people and his land. Do to him what you did to Sihon and the Amorite king who ruled at Heshbon. Numbers 21 verse 34. The gist of chapter 21. Victory over Canaanites. The people of Israel traveled in victory through the help and assurance of God despite oppositions. They are healed by looking at the bronze snake after they are bitten by the real ones when they complained. Saint Joseph, Ora pro nobis, Amen. The Lord said, and verse to ponder today, the Lord said to Moses, "Do not be afraid of him. I will give you victory over him, all his people and his land. Do to him what you did to Sihon, the Amorite king, who ruled at Heshbon." Numbers 21 verse 34. The Lord is my helper. I am fearless. This is my application.